Hello, hello, and hello to all of my Geminis. This is Queen Amon Ra coming to you with your general reading, Geminis. Let's get right into it. If it is Wednesday where you are, today kicks off the first quarter moon phase in Cancer. In Cancer, if it is Tuesday where you are, you're already feeling the effects of it. Probably started feeling the effects of this more need of nurturing. Your emotions are becoming even more intense, not just because the moon is starting to illuminate even more. It looks like a half of a moon in the sky, but because Cancer is ruled by the moon, so that's like really intense emotions. Dreams may be even becoming even more vibrant. You may remember even more of your dreams if you having dreams, if there are no blockages whatsoever. So keep your vibrations as high as you possibly can, and make sure you are really intentionally trying to land on the bright side of the moon. And we talked about that in Sunday's reading, so I don't have to go over that again. I will try to give you kind of a recap of the questions for those of you who are new to my channel. Welcome. But I'll try to give you a recap of the questions that I give every Sunday, on depending on what moon phase we're in. Let's get into it, Geminis. Let's see what your cards have to say. Whoa. Five of Wands came out in reverse. We also have the Two of Wands. We also have the Four of Wands came out in reverse. What the heck is going on here? What is going on here? All this reverse, reverse, reverse. Four of Wands came out in reverse. Wow. Okay. Two of Wands. So somebody's expecting something. Somebody's expecting something. Okay, this is what I'm dealing with. Okay, this is what I'm seeing here in your cards. Okay. So this is fire energy. So fire energies are, when we're talking about fire energy, we're talking about ideas. We're talking about divine masculine energy. You're a divine masculine sign, so this is fire, divine masculine. We're talking about growth. We're talking about communication and self-expression. We're talking about manifestation of things, right? So we got the Five of Wands in reverse, the Two of Wands upright. We got the Four of Wands in reverse, Gemini. We also have the Nine of Swords. We also have the Sun card. So we're going to see if we can turn these reverse cards upright. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. All right. So when we see Pentacles cards, so somebody is coming up with some, somebody is coming up with this new sense of, because Pentacles energy is about getting rooted and grounded in your security and your stability and your career success and your prosperity and your vitality and all that. So somebody has this new sense of something. Like there could be somebody entering into your life that's kind of giving you some hope of just rebuilding something, something from your root, right? And something has been real heavy on somebody's mind. And so source is trying to offer somebody some hope is what I'm seeing here before. The Five of Wands, if it was upright, this is where source is saying to you, ignore things that's trying to block you from something, some money or whatever the case may be. You could very well have some energies in your space right now. You got to be real careful about the energies around you, because every time we go from and this is within cycles, right? We got 8 major moon phases within cycles, right? But every time we're trying to move ahead in our lives, who is trying to pull us back? The enemy. It's not a person, it's a spirit that's trying to pull you back, Gemini. And so when we see cards in reverse, we think, what is trying to pull us backwards? Like what's trying to put our car in reverse? Like when you kind of think of what is trying to keep us, what's trying to, so source is just saying let things be. Like you're no longer up against trying to fight something from the past. Just accept something as it is. Move, this is right here, move on, with your life. Move on with your life. Just just let things. That's the Five of Wands. Is like you don't have to ignore something. You just got to move on from it. Like take some kind of like put some fire up under you and say, okay, I'm moving on with my life. If I was hoping that my relationship would work out, or if I was hoping that you know maybe there was a chance of me going back to something, source is like, nah, it's time for you to move forward. And that's how that's how what source wants somebody to do is like, I want you to move forward with something, because it's what you have moving forward is going to be so much better than what you're leaving behind. Hopefully that helps somebody. And so when we talk about the Four of Wands, I want you all to get a good look at this. See how these people look like, it looks like this. You got these four, like it look like four pillars, like everything is just like this structure there. And so something is in disarray. It's just like there's a breakdown or lack of harmony or lack of communication in your home. Or this sometimes happens with people who are trying to co-parent. Like one person may feel this way, another person may feel another way, and it's just like out of alignment. Something feels out of alignment, and it's causing somebody to just be like, man, what in the world? Like what, And so source is saying, and even if there's not even if there's not children involved, even if you weren't married to the person, you could have dated the person, and something about the energy was exuberant, and you were like, man, I remember the good times with us, and so on and so forth. But something in your house is out of alignment, because source wants you to move ahead so that you can't turn this card in reverse to upright, so you feel like, you know what, I'm ready for a new and exuberant love. I got all of these energies trying to talk to me, trying to come up to, I have these opportunities, but somebody feels like there's some kind of a blockage, when it comes to like, why can't I move beyond this? Like, why can't I move beyond this? And so source is saying to you, helping you to understand, because again, you all are very smart signs, and your mutable signs adapting. So source wants you to really use that adaptability, Gemini, to adapt to moving on. Like source is trying to like put a warm flame up under you to say, come on, move past this. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it, Gemini. You can do it. You can do it. And that's what source is trying to get somebody to do. Because I'm like, what in the world? But yeah, so, and then the Page of Pentacles is like I said before, it could be a new person, in your life, some kind of new something coming across your path that caused you to feel a little bit more stable and rooted and grounded and a little bit more confident, and moving forward. So here we have the Chariot card. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Swords again, Five of Cups, and also Madre Tierra. So this is where source is saying to you, it's time to close out the cycle airtight and start focusing on your purpose. This is the Sun. Like, start focusing on your purpose. We have the Chariot card here. Chariot card lets me know that you will victoriously be moving on from something and closing out a cycle. So you can turn these cards that's in reverse upright. Because we reverse, think of like put the car in reverse. Like, I can't move to the next phase. As a matter of fact, I'm like this, like both personally and professionally. Like, what the heck is going on? I feel like I think it was let me see, I think the last reading that I gave you guys is like saying to you all, if somebody was intentionally trying to distract you with their words or their actions, source is like, get your rest. You don't have to lament over this. This is the Five of Cups and also the Four of Swords. Get your rest. Let source take care of it. When you're working for source, when you're in the light working for source, this is your purpose, the thing that rejuvenates you, inspires you, empowers you. You feel personally powerful when you're doing it. You feel like you're about to levitate when you're doing that. Source is already taking care of it. Because remember, if somebody's intentions are to hurt you, that's the energy they're sending out to the universe that's going to come back to them. Here we have the Queen of Cups. And so the Queen of Cups energy is about having compassion, towards situation. A lot of times people act out when they're hurting. And for you, because you may know them, you could know that they're hurting, and that's what, because that could be the thing that's kind of pulling you backwards, or like making you hit the reverse button in your car to go back to something emotionally, right? So here we have the Five of Cups, which again, somebody could be lamenting over something, but source is like, somebody's kind of having a hard time, moving forward. And so because you and this fire is here, you're motivated to, like, almost like it's like your heart is motivated to not necessarily go back to get together with them as a friend or romantically linked, Gemini. It's more or less like I don't hate the person, but I'm just kind of like checking on them. Maybe you see stuff on social media, with them, and So again, let's try to keep your vibrations very, very high, and try not to be hard on yourselves. If somebody is going through something that you once, felt like it was an exuberant love, or so it's turning the Four of Wands upright is going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted when you trust Source. It's just the enemy trying to trick everybody, not to move forward, not to trust Source, that kind of thing, Gemini. But I see you successfully moving forward. This is the Chariot card right here. I see you being victorious, and moving forward. So, in some kind of a relationship, something. Here we have the Nine of Wands. We also have the Three of Wands. We have the World card again, the Five of Cups again. We have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Four of Cups. So I do see somebody, if you're already in a relationship, Source is saying to you, you don't want to neglect what you already prayed for. Like if somebody may have said, that sometimes people jump from one relationship to the next and just feel like, okay, I feel like this is going to soothe me. If they found somebody, I'll find somebody too. Until you really had time to sit down and think about it. It's like, man, this isn't, So Source is saying to you, we got the Four, because see how this person is sitting down with their arms folded. Like, you don't have to lament over it. Source is like, just close out the cycle. Just get real serious about closing out the cycle. Fulfill the just recognize that the cycle is over, and go ahead and close it out so you can move on to this new moon phase, and so you can feel more balanced. A lot of things regarding relationships, professional and personal relationships, are going to really be heavy during this cycle, because we have a full moon in Libra, and Libra literally sits at the middle of all the zodiac signs, and so there's a real pull for balance. And if your internal scales are out of balance, like let's say for instance you have a stressful job, or stressful family situations, or you giving people access to your universe, Gemini, that's like literally adding weight to your scales within, that's stressing you out. Source is saying, okay, it's time to get other people's drama out of your universe so that you can start the process of like clearly deciding what you want, who and what you want to give access to your universe. Now that you're out of a long and arduous journey, out of a storm, could have been out of a relationship. So it's just like, now it's time to hit a major reset button, so that if you desire to have a romantic or business partnership, you can make a clear decision without kind of wavering or being stressed out about things. So I'm saying wish fulfillment for you. I'm seeing somebody feeling like, I have tons of creativity, things are flowing very well, but you're going to have to get serious about closing out something. Like, you're going to have to get real serious about closing out something, because otherwise, like I said, and being compassionate towards what you're leaving behind, because somebody could be like trying to do something because they're acting out themselves, and they're thinking, okay, I can distract. I know what Gemini's demons are, so let me do stuff on social media. Let me, talk to people who, they may not have been friends with, like anything to distract you. But we know that that's the enemy, right? So they may not even be aware. And I'm not trying to get somebody the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just saying, if we keep the vibrations high and see it at the highest frequency, Gemini, you may realize, okay, they just acting out. Here we have Five of Cups again. Somebody is definitely lamenting over something, both personally and professionally. And so Source is like, okay, change your altitude, raise your frequency. And so expect, lots of creativity, expect free flow. And this is in the new phase of your life. We're still in a cycle, but it's like the new phase within a cycle. Hopefully that makes sense to somebody, because somebody is definitely trying to and this is somebody that you were in a relationship with, right? Whether it's a business relationship or romantic relationship, because we're talking about this right here, and possibly you could have been married to them, because we've seen these just horse and carriage, these chariot, or somebody you may have thought about marrying, or in a partnership or domestic situation with, or something like that. But again, it's gonna make sense to somebody who's watching this video. Is like, oh, okay, that's what they doing. They just acting out. I just gotta trust Source. They acting out, and they know exactly how to push my buttons, right? So here we have the Hierophant card. We have the Three of Swords. It's a Four of Pentacles, we have the World card, we have the Queen of Cups, and we also have the Sun card. So yeah, sunnier days are coming, but here we have the World card 3 times here. This is further reiterating, it's like God is saying triple, get serious, Geminis, about closing out cycles, airtight, and trusting source, because where's the card? Get real serious about serving source, both professionally and personally. Like, what is your purpose? If you don't know what it is, ask source. What is my purpose? Why am I here on earth? Here we have the Hierophant card, which is attached to having a higher mind or some kind of innate spiritual understanding of things. Again, this is you saying, you know what, I know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to trigger me. They're trying to hurt me in some way, shape, form, or fashion, but I know I got a lot of protection from my ancestors around me, so let me just go ahead and try to rest as much as possible. And again, we have the Queen of Cups coming out twice. I have compassion. I'm not cold-blooded. I have compassion, towards situations, but I do need to go ahead and close out cycles, right? Here we have the Four of Pentacles, and not spend a lot of time on it. Not spending a lot of time, wasting my energy, because it's really God's time. But I'm not going to waste God's time or my energy, on trying to figure out why people are doing the things that they're doing. All I know is that somebody's trying to get my attention. Somebody I was, like I said, married to, whether it's in business or romantically linked, either, like I said, romantic or business. Some kind of partnership for somebody, and I need to make a firm decision to just go ahead and close this out. That's what it is, really, in a nutshell. That's what source is trying to get somebody to do. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's pull some oracle cards for you, Geminis. But yeah, that's what it is. Like I said, somebody's just having a real hard time. Closing out some kind of cycle, and your heart is in the right place. And so they were the ones that were kind of sort of having this internal struggle or battle, with moving on, and the energy is gaining momentum. So just expect for your dreams and your feelings to kind of feel like, why am I feeling like this? Because as the moon becomes even more illuminated, it's becoming even more intense. It's intensifying your emotions, your intuition, your creativity, your need for nurturing, right? And that's why some people, after relationships are over, they reach back out and contact their ex, even though they know there's really nothing there. Because again, around the full moon, it almost makes you act like a lunatic, right? Lunatic, right? It's like, oh my God, why in the world? I was so tempted. Dang, I thought I was stronger than that, right? That's why when source is like really reiterating, close out the cycle, block numbers, if there are not kids involved, and if there are kids involved, create a very firm boundary, but still close out that cycle, that kind of thing. So I know you all can do it, because I'm seeing this card right here, the Chariot card. So I do see somebody victorious over. So let's see what else we got going on here. Whew. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Look to the stars. 3 plus 3, 31 reduces to 4. This is the earth number. Source wants you to get really rooted and grounded and start to be you all love to learn. You're human sponges, Geminis. You all are very smart. This is where you may want to learn about moon phases. I talk about a lot of it on my channel, but this is you want to do your own research and say, you know what, now I understand why this is happening. I can now connect my own dots to make it make sense for me, So just a thought, if you want to, you can. I talk about it, like I said, I talk about it on my channel all the time, I give you guys questions, things to kind of sort of think about to keep you focused moving forward. Certainly, like I said before, last Sunday I gave everybody questions to kind of sort of think about, Here we have I am intuitive, the number 11. You have a keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great supporter and guide and supporter. The number 11 also symbolizes light, L-I-G-H-T. It also represents you getting off the fence and taking some kind of action. And so taking some kind of action means, hey, I'm closing out this cycle once and for all. If I have love in my face, if that's what I want, then I'm going to be totally present there. I'm not looking at my ex's, social media pages. I'm not, unless, like I said, unless kids are involved, that's different. But if it's not, then let me emotionally just move on. Maybe next time. Yeah, so this is the next move. It's like maybe next time. If you're not in a romantic relationship and you don't want to be in one, this is total faith. I mean, like total faith that next time things are going to be so much better than what you left behind. So let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what else we have going on. Let's see what else we have going on here. Extraordinary. All right. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Yeah, something is extraordinary about you. Something is definitely like regular schmegular about you. There is an energy about you. Not only that you're smart and you all are just uh, love to learn, but if you're connected to anybody who is connected to this is another thing too. If you're connected to anybody who is trying to hurt somebody else that does not directly connected to you, you certainly don't want to inherit their karma. Like all of a sudden things are not going the way you expected in your life because you're connected to. It's like being guilty by association. That's again weighing out your, weighing out your, or it's like a heaviness in your internal scales. Like you gotta be real careful with that. But again, Source will show you everything you need to see. Let's pull one last card, Geminis, and let's go ahead and close this out. One last card and close this out. First question. This is Sunday. This is what the questions that I gave you all on Sunday. I'm only reading these again because just in case we got new people that's tuned into the channel. If you're new, welcome. The first question I gave you all was, what makes you feel safe? What makes you? This is not about them or anybody else, but what makes you, Gemini, feel safe? Second question is, where is your sanctuary, your place of peace and calm? The third question is, do you know your female lineage, the stories of your mother and grandmothers? The fourth question is, how often do you gather strength from the land and her waters? And then last but not least, Geminis, is do you have sufficient solo time filled with self-care? So prosperity, affirmations for prosperity. I am determined to win. I am diligent. I am defeating the odds. I am warrior strong. I summon my highest self to take control today. I invest my time wisely. I am persistent. I am persistent. So somebody is definitely at a fork in the road when it comes to, and what we're talking about winning is winning this battle of higher self versus lower self. Like I'm determined to balance out my own scales of justice within. I'm determined not to let anybody in my spirit or in my, let's say, your spiritual house, that's bringing a bunch of baggage and drama and all of that other stuff. It may have seemed funny at first, but after a while, it's once their energy is gone, it's like, okay, I feel like a huge weight has been lifted, but because your heart chakra may be in alignment, you may start to think, my heart is aching for them, and so now I'm in reverse, I'm almost like real tempted to go backwards because of that relationship situation. We have this full moon coming up in Libra, so kind of a tricky situation, Gemini, but again, I do see you all being victorious over your good and evil and deciding, hey, I'm moving towards my highest self, which is to operate in my purpose for source. That is what I have for you, and I will see you all on Freedom Friday. Bye.